Hi, my name is Linda Rivera. I'm a registered nurse. I'm disabled. I live in a place where there's a lot of racism against me. Um, I have been accused of having domestic violence, falsely accused by my neighbors. They made 911 calls. I didn't let the officers in my house. They had their hands on their guns. Um, they insisted, tried to coerce me to go along with them, and when I didn't, I panicked. I went to the window with my ex, and we heard the neighbors saying that they were afraid that their life was in danger because they at least did not come out with an arrest. My rental assistance, Section 8 rental assistance, it's also called vouchers choice program, have been giving me a hard time for a long time. They have taken away my Section 8 for any little reason. The fact that I didn't fill a little piece of paper out, or I filled it out, but I didn't. First, they try to say I didn't live out my rent, my lease, and that they were taking away my Section 8 for that. Then they said that I didn't get permission, and they took it away for that. And I ended up 1 year preparing to go to court. And my first husband, with his domestic violence, he was the one that gave me his paycheck and kept me and my autistic son, who's severely disabled, from being in the streets. It was ported over into New York City, but it's from Saratoga County. New York City never paid a penny of my rent to be doing that to me. Now they took it away another time. They said that somebody gave them an anonymous call and that the person was right, that I was not eligible for rental assistance, and my rental assistance, again, was discontinued. When I asked them to give it to me in writing so that I can go to a hearing, I get a phone call from Margaret Hirsch. That was my case manager at the time. And she says, "Oh, Linda, we looked into your case real good, and you are eligible for your Section 8," and reinstated me. At the very beginning, when I got the Section 8, they gave it to me, and then they sent me a letter stating you wasn't going to get it. You are going to get it. You wasn't going to get it. You're going to get it. You're not going to get it. My son had a teacher named Karen in Niskayuna. It just so happened that she heard all of that going on. I became a registered nurse. They had me under their safety net program. I was paying my rent, and a day before they canceled it, I knew I was disabled. Then I needed the Section 8. Again, I got the Section 8 again. They couldn't throw me out. I live in a place that's racially motivated. I've been thrown in jail by the neighbors lying, saying there was domestic violence when there was no domestic violence. And then when I didn't let them in to get the mail, a black male, they threw charges on me of drugs, 2 pills I did not have. And I had a case going on for a very long time. I told my Section 8 manager, because they get rental assistance, and legally, if they get rental assistance and you do something like this to a neighbor, you lose your rental assistance, but that doesn't apply to them. It only applies to me. Now I'm looking for an apartment because I also almost got raped here. I have an autistic son. I'm at the end stages of life. I'm very sick, and I'm trying to spend my last days with my son. I told them that they did another thing. They sent a letter. Terry Ray sent a letter to National Grid, my electric company, and said that if I'm late on my bill and they cancel my electricity, that she is to be notified immediately because she's cutting my rental assistance. But she didn't send me the letter. Somebody in the office did. And when I called her up, she was very surprised and upset. Now I'm trying to move so that I can spend what time I have left with my son as much as I could. And I'm very sick. And what she did to me Friday, Margaret Hirsch, that's in place of Terry Ray, she left me a message saying that she is discontinuing, she's porting over my Section 8 to another area, which I have not been approved for an apartment there. So all I needed her to do was send the paperwork there, see if they approve me. And I told her a few other places, send the paperwork there and see if I get one of these apartments. One of them I cannot take because the heat and hot water is electricity, and I have no closet space. And I can't afford those electric bills. I found an apartment that's suitable, but that woman in Section 8, it looks like they already told her not to be kind to me, not to give it to me, because that woman came up with every excuse under the sun, even what was my son going to eat. That's why I'm getting the rental assistance. So when my son is visiting with me, he's going to eat what I eat. Then she leaves me a message and she said, this is what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to port out your rental assistance as of on Monday. That's tomorrow, October 1st. And on Monday, she's porting out my rental assistance to a place where I don't have an apartment. And as of October 31st, my landlord here where I live at will not be getting any rent, which means if I don't get an apartment, and it doesn't sound like I'm getting that apartment, that lady was already mean, cruel. She even told me to shut up and listen. I'm like, okay, that's not going to happen. This woman's already been told I don't know what, some racial stuff that she jumped on to because she doesn't know me. Then I told my landlord, I'm looking for an apartment. I will be giving you notice when I'm leaving. She collected, when I move in here, my first month's rent. I mean, my security deposit. And they collected my last month's rent. It was a man named Mark. She was not in here yet, but she knows that's what happened, because she came in and she took place. So I said, let me live out my last month's rent so I can pay the deposit, the security deposit, into whatever new place I get. I'm very limited. I don't have much money. And she said no, that she now made the last month's rent, she converted it into 2 months security. That's not what it was. And legally, if they took the last month's rent, I'm legally supposed to live out the last month's rent. It was not supposed to be turned into a second security deposit the way she has. So my landlord, she's friends with them at Section 8, and she said she wants to give me an eviction. I'm like, why would you give me an eviction? I'm moving out. I'm not paying my rent. So she wanted to do that. And so as far I am sick, I am in the last stages of life. My heart rate has gone down to 30 beats per minute. My son is severely delayed. I just want my son to spend my last days with me. They're giving me a hard time. They're taking away my rental assistance. I don't have an apartment to move into. I won't be able to make the rent, and they'll be evicting me for real. That's where they left me at. I'm asking everybody to help me. Their number is 518-372. Their phone number is 518-372-8846. That's 518-372-8846. My name is Linda Yvette Rivera. Please call for me. Please help me out. I should not be feeling like I'd rather die than to live out my last days, because I'm afraid I'm going to be homeless and in the street. My family, I've never really had a family. It's been a dysfunctional family. Right now, the little bit of support, moral support I'm getting is from my sister. My sister's not in a condition to give me any financial support. We got to get out and vote. And if this is happening to me and I'm a registered nurse and I'm sick, and they're going to throw a dying person in the street, and with a severely disabled kid that won't be able to see me, visit with me, and stay with me, and that's all I wanted. I've been arrested here. I've almost been raped, and nothing has happened to the people that did this. These people made police reports knowingly and intentionally, knew they were lying. The police officers went along with this, and I was arrested. Then I was almost sexually assaulted, and again, I could not file a police report. They don't allow me to do anything. And now they're both between the landlord and the landlord trying to give me an eviction when I'm asking to move, and them just throwing me out of the rental assistance just like that, porting me into a place where I don't have an apartment. And why is a woman that I never met being nasty to me, telling me to shut up and listen? And I'm like, I'm trying to tell you that if you don't give me the apartment, these people already ported my stuff. They're going to port my stuff over Monday. And I'm over there. She's like, so what? So what? I don't want to die in the street. And I'm starting to feel, I feel hopeless, helpless. I'm feeling like instead of going through all this stress, I'd rather die. I'd rather die than to go through all this stress. And this is in the richest country in the world, and this is what they're doing. So I'm asking for everybody, please help. There's more to it, but YouTube and Facebook will not give me enough time to. So you can write comments, and I'll reply to you and tell you what else is going on. Thank you very much. God bless you. And I hope, please, everybody share, pass this around so that I can be helped. And remember, today it's me. Tomorrow it might be you or someone in your family. God bless everyone. And I hope that this helps me out.